Hey there, Sheryl here. I am so excited for this series because it's something that has been top of mind, and I've been doing so much speaking and coaching on it. I just wanted to broadcast it out in hopes that it will help you or your organization. And the overarching title is The Agency Edge. That's turning AI anxiety into organizational momentum. And the first part that we're going to talk about today is titled Name It to Tame It, because one thing that in all of the discussions that are happening about AI, and it's so prevalent, but what nobody's talking about is the anxiety that it's producing and also the emotional contagion that it's producing, and helping us and our teams to understand that it's time to reclaim agency, because what drives the most anxiety in us is the fear of the unknown. And so there's so many unknowns going on right now. Will I have my job? Will I not have my job? Is AI going to replace my job? Is it going to replace part of my job? How do I use AI? There's just so many questions that people's minds cannot wrap their head around it. Productivity and ultimately profitability can be slipping through our fingers like quicksand. And so let's take a breath and take a step back and think about this as if we were world-class performers, as that we are, or Olympians, and how would they go about this AI revolution now in terms of how they are thinking about it. And the Name It to Tame It is a principal idea around sports psychology, which is the background. If you've been following me for a while, I have worked with world-class athletes and Olympians for over 20 years. And then in the last 10 plus years, worked on mental toughness and high performance for women executives and rising leaders. And so what Name It to Tame It means is what we're experiencing and feeling now can actually be harnessed for the good. And if we understand what it is, we can actually bundle it and use it as a superpower rather than something that is going to disable our productivity. Because here's the thing, and what the research tells us: when emotion goes up, our ability to think goes down. We actually become dumber. By that, what do I mean? It means that if we think of our mind as a pie, not to oversimplify, but if we think of our mind as a pie and all of the things for us and for our teams that got us and got them up to this point, their experience, how motivated they are, all of their knowledge that's been accumulated. When we are calm and present and have a functioning amount of alertness, then we are performing at our best. We can be highly productive. But what happens when we start to get extremely anxious? Our ability to access the best version of ourselves diminishes. Pieces of that pie get taken out, one after the other, until we are unable to function as the best version of ourselves. It's diminishing. It means that our ability to be productive and profitable and move projects forward diminishes. So Name It to Tame It is just the very first step in identifying leaders who are going to lead not just through this digital transformation of how to use AI, but how to wrap your head around AI and help teams to manage what's happening mentally, are going to understand that there is a mental component, a mental toughness component, an anxiety management component to helping employees to relearn how to perform like a world-class performer, like at the Olympic level, because things are moving so quickly. So the first thing to do is to name it. And whether it's for yourself, you can name it for yourself. I feel extremely anxious right now about this. Or when you're talking to a team, you might say, you might be worried about uncertainty. And so that's naming it. And here's the thing, you might be saying, well, what if I'm addressing a team and I'm wrong? That's okay. It's completely okay, because they will correct you. So they might say, well, I am worried about my role, but what I'm really worried about is this. So naming it, you don't have to name it and be correct. Either way, you're either going to get a yes, that's correct, I'm glad that you put it out there. It will give them permission to speak. It will give them permission to start talking about some solutions. And it will also give them permission to correct you if you're a little bit wrong. So not only putting the governance in place for AI and the structure in place for AI and the tools for AI, but also, there's the human component of AI. And we need to be performing like world-class performers, like Olympians, so we can utilize these tools to the best of our ability. And the first step is naming what is going on in either our or our team's minds and giving them the tools to manage it. So I'll be speaking more about this going forward. There's going to be 4 more parts to this series. If you have any questions for me, or if I can help you or your team to really turn AI anxiety into organizational momentum, I'm here to answer any questions or support you or partner in any way that's helpful. I look forward to seeing you next time.